What to make of this team? You know what? Let's just dive into this video.
So much pain! So much pain!
I'm striving to get rich. That's why I always went 2 years without buying shoes and feet. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
So, another Bears-Packers game. Another Bears loss. And this game was a tale of two halves. This game was a tale of two halves. Defensively, they looked, I'm not going to say great, but they had their moments defensively. Jalen Johnson was really playing well against Davante Adams. They were getting pressure after Aaron Rodgers. Quinn was doing his thing. Bilal Nichols was getting some pressure up the middle. Roquan Smith was flying all over the field. Offensively, they finally used their speed. Demir Byrd on a long touchdown. You get Jakeem Grant on a long touchdown. The Bears started to give us hope. The Bears in the first half was giving us hope that maybe they could potentially pull off the upset. Even with the Justin Fields pick six, which I believe was a very bad read, was a bad throw, and he stared down Darnell Mooney the entire throw. He stared down Darnell Mooney the entire throw on the pick six to Rasul Douglas, and you cannot do that in this league. This is not Ohio State. You cannot stare down receivers because veteran defenders are going to key on that, and they're going to play off of that, and that's exactly what Rasul Douglas did on that play. Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers, so I'm not expecting this Bears team to come out and just absolutely stop and dominate Aaron Rodgers, especially with the injuries that the Bears has on his defense and with the deficiencies that the Bears have at the defensive back spot. Outside of Jalen Johnson, our corners are really deficient. Our corners are really deficient. Offensively, first half, I'm not going to say the Bears were world beaters offensively, but they were making big plays. They were moving the ball effectively for the most part, and they got a 27-21 lead at the half. Justin Fields was doing extremely well coming back off the rib injury. He was using his legs when he needed to. Tevin Jenkins finally got some game experience, and after Jason Peters' injury, we finally get to see what Tevin Jenkins can do in live game snaps and first team snaps. We finally get to see what he can do after missing pretty much the entire season with that back injury. The Bears team in the first half was looking like a team that played with a fire under their butt. They really played with some type of urgency. Jakeem Grant was looking like an absolute weapon with the way they used him on offense and his ability to return punts. And it's still weird to believe that that was the first punt return for a touchdown this entire season in the league.
Oh my God! Wow!
It just happens to come with Jakeem Grant, which I believe was a good steal that we got in the trade earlier this year with his speed, which I still think they need to use it more on offense. We would thought Allen Robinson being back would have made some type of a difference, but he really didn't. The Bears' red zone issues still are there. He did miss Robinson, I'm talking Justin Fields, did miss Allen Robinson on that third down play where he threw it to Cole Kmet, and Cole Kmet could have had the power forward position, but it was not there. So we ended up settling for a field goal, which we've done way too much this season in the red zone, settling for field goals. The way this Bears team was playing in the first half, it really looked like they had the brewings of an upset. But the second half was a totally different story. The Bears failed to make adjustments as they have tendency to do, and Green Bay came out and steamrolled, took over this game in the second half, and which led it to a 45-30 game. So the Bears come out 27 points in the first half as a unit and to only muster 3 the entire game.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
3 points. The Bears once again got away from the running game. And you guys know I'm not one that really kind of harsh myself on numbers, but David Montgomery only got 10 carries.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
10 carries
Dinkelberg.
for David Montgomery. 10 carries. 10 the entire game. 10 carries.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
You're not going to beat a Green Bay Packer football team when your identity is running the football when David Montgomery. Your identity of your team this season has been running the football, and your bell cow back only gets 10 carries against Aaron Rodgers. There is no way you're going to win a game like that. No way. Now, Justin Fields ran the ball with his legs, but for David Montgomery to only get 10 carries in a game like this, where he should have at least got at least 20 to 25 carries. There is no chance in hell you're going to win a game against Aaron Rodgers and that offense with our secondary when you do not play time of possession. You do not consistently run the football. You're not going to win this game. And the second half, the Bears looks like they did not make any type of adjustments on either side of the ball. You had Xavier Crawford on that long touchdown play to Davante Adams, which the Packers schemed up a way to get Jalen Johnson off of Davante Adams, or Sean Desai screwed up and had Jalen Johnson off of Davante Adams. I just think it was no way you should have had Jalen Johnson off of Adams, because Jalen Johnson is your only corner that's worth anything on the roster. Vildor has been Crawford, Marquis Christian, Artie Burns, and you had Crawford basically getting toasted by Davante Adams, which it wasn't really a deep route, a deep concept route, and he got absolutely burned. Why I tweeted, I can't get myself too happy about this game because the Bears are eventually going to unravel and become the Bears. Trash. And that's exactly what we put out in the second half. Trash. We deserved to lose this game. The Bears deserved to lose this game. You're coming into this game with the running game that is one of the top running games in football. You're going up against Aaron Rodgers, who is playing at an MVP level. You have a secondary in the Bears that's nothing outside of Jalen Johnson. You have a pass rush that has some injuries. You have Keem Hicks and Khalil Mack out, and you do not run the football. You do not control the time of possession. And you give Aaron Rodgers more opportunities to make his own adjustments and figure out what the Bears are doing so he can attack it. They deserved to lose this game. And this is why, furthermore, I believe Matt Nagy needs to be fired, because this team did not make any single adjustments in the second half. You come into a second half with a 27-21 lead. Come out of the half, Green Bay scores. Okay, maybe you run the football. You see that your defenses are struggling a bit. You commit a little bit more to the run. You design some screen plays to help offset some of the pass rush that was starting to get the Fields. Even though Fields, I still think, has a tendency to hold the ball just a smidge too long. He gets a strip sack. Green Bay recovers. And from that point on, the game was over. The game was over from that point there. Because this Bears team is not built to play from behind. They're not designed to play from behind. They're not designed to be a pass-happy offense. And that's exactly what Matt Nagy really adjusted to in the second half, and the Bears could not muster a single thing on offense. Getting away from the running game when David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert and Damian Williams, you're getting away from that, you're going to lose football games. You are absolutely going to lose football games. Now, I'm not saying Justin Fields played his absolute best game throwing the ball, but he's not put in the best positions to succeed when you do not stay physical and run the football to keep Aaron Rodgers off of the field. And once again, this Bears team does not make in-game adjustments. They just don't do it. And they haven't really done it all season. And that second half was absolute proof. You just don't know what to make of this Bears team at this point. You just don't know. It's not going to be any easier from here with this team. With all the injuries that we've had some guys return tonight. With the deficiencies in our secondary, the deficiencies on our offensive side of the ball to stay any bit of consistent, it was, like I said, it was a tale of two halves. The first half, the Bears were getting explosive plays. The Bears were getting pressure. The Bears were making some stops. And from the second half, the Bears just fell back into their normal Bear selves. The bad news Bears. And now we're 4-9. Playoffs are way out of the window.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
We lose to Green Bay yet again. Aren't we tired of losing to the Green Bay Packers every single week? We play them every single year. We lose both games to them. When it is, it's just, it hurts. It hurts to be a Bears fan right now.
So much pain! So much pain!
It hurts. Bears lose this game 45-30. In the second half, they blew it. Let's just say it. They blew it. They didn't make any adjustments. Green Bay made theirs for them to be successful. And the Bears didn't make any as usual. You end up with this team. You end up with what we put out on the field in the second half. The bad news Bears. This is absolutely painful. Even though coming into this game, I didn't expect the Bears to win. I really did not expect the Bears to win. I expected it to be something like what we've seen in the second half. I didn't expect this first half at all. I didn't see that coming at all. It's just the Bears are pretty much a team that gets our hopes up, and they've let us down as fans all single season. This hurts, but this might have turned into a little bit of a rant, but this hurts that we couldn't even capitalize on some of the things we were doing in the first half. We couldn't do it. So, once again, the Bears lose to those damn Green Bay Packers, 45-30. Leave a like on this video. That helps me get through this. You guys leaving a like on this video. Comment your thoughts down below. And always, click that subscribe button and notification bell so you're not miss a single video. I'm APW Sports Center. I'm out.
Yeah!